So this is my income pie. As you can see, I do have different streams, but of course, realistically, there are some avenues which bring in more income, whereas others are just a really, really small fraction. Nonetheless, it does bring in something, which is why I'm adding it to this video. So how I built 6 streams of income while studying. Just to introduce myself, I am a full-time university student, and it took me quite a while to be able to acquire the skills to be able to do some of the things that I'll be talking about in this video. But anyway, let's get into it. So since I'm a student, the most straightforward way to have an income or salary of some sort is to take on an internship or maybe a part-time job. And of course, an internship can be full-time or part-time. So I am taking on a contract job and an internship, and these full-time arrangements bring in a stable monthly income for now, at least, since it is summer. But yeah, not too much to be said about that. I do UI UX design work, and next would be freelancing. Now this is something that I've said before and I'm super excited about. If you want more information about freelancing and what I've been up to, just anything to do with freelancing, remote work, UI UX design, follow my new channel. It's called Nomademy. Freelancing was something that I started really recently, but ever since I got my first gig, my life just changed, and my outlook on work and career and what I want to do has completely changed. Similar to my full-time job scope, I am a UI UX designer primarily, but that allows me to try different things. The most popular one would be web design, and sometimes implementing it on content management systems like Wix and WordPress, and also the occasional app designs, or even designing solutions that are a bit more complicated than just a web page or a landing page. I would say this is the part of the pie that earns me the most, even more than my part-time or internship work actually. I suppose it's because I am only an intern, and if I were to have a full-time position, it would be twice or thrice as much the pay, but I mean, just the woes of being a student, I guess. So that's for freelancing. Now I'm going to be talking about something that is pretty advantageous if you're a student. It's research studies as well as focus group discussions. So I'm not too sure about other universities, but for my university, we have a whole dedicated page that posts fairly regularly new research studies, and we also have a few like work study programs under the university itself. So these are really helpful if you're looking for an arrangement that understands that you're still a student, that you have assignments, that you have other responsibilities. I think working with the school is probably the easiest way to have an understanding supervisor. So I've gone for a few research studies. Some pay pretty decently for not doing too much. Things like wearing a watch to monitor your sleep and your activity for about 2 weeks, and just pretty straightforward, and you earn $150. Or even doing surveys online. There's so many different researches going on, and they always need participants. So that's a way to earn some extra income, to perhaps buy bubble tea or treat someone to a meal, or you know, whatever you can do with an extra $20, $30. The next thing is content creation. So I watched a video, and someone actually commented in that video saying that, how is content creation a high value skill? How on earth do you make money from making content? And there are multiple layers to it. If you're making content on YouTube and you're monetized, then of course the AdSense, basically the ads that play before the video or in the middle of the video or after the video, for every 1,000 views you get a small sum of money, and if you have a lot of views, it all adds up and you can really earn something substantial. I personally know someone who has a channel, and he never once mentions himself or shows his face. It's just curated content, and he earns about 2K a month from just doing that. He even outsources the work, so he gets someone else to edit the videos and they send it back to him, and he's able to make rather passively a 2K income every month, and that is pretty impressive. So that is one way you can harness the power of content to earn an income. Another way is, of course, if you do post regularly, consistently, somehow magically people start to notice, and you can potentially work with different clients, different brands under a sponsorship. That is really where the money is. So that is why content creation can be a very high value skill. Content creation on YouTube has opened many doors for me. And speaking of the doors, it's social media, which is also content creation, but I would say it's different. It's a completely different platform with a completely different set of skills sometimes. So it's pretty similar on other social media platforms. You do get paid for basically advertising for different brands, different companies. So I won't go too much into it, but this has also been another pretty decent stream of income for me. The next thing is digital products, and I'm really excited about this as well. I'm seeing how I can tie this in with freelancing and Nomademy Nomatomy. So as you guys know, I love UI UX design, and it's a thing that I really do want to pursue as a career. It may seem like a lot of things have taken off recently with freelancing and internships and whatnot, but it took years to build up the skills, right? It doesn't happen overnight. You don't suddenly have a good eye for design overnight. If you do, then girl, tell me a secret. So it took years, and of course I've been compiling notes over the years, and it used to be all over the place, but I finally put it together on one Notion page, and I'm selling that Notion page as a digital product. Link in the description bar below. I'm selling access to the Notion page on Gumroad, so you can see what information I put on Gumroad, how I kind of marketed the product, and what's in that Notion page. I would say selling a digital product is probably on the more passive side because you took the time to compile everything. That's not passive, but when you do make a sale, it's from the hard work that you already did before, but sales can keep coming in. If you are looking to make a more passive income, I would say digital products is definitely something you can look at. So I sell my budget template, as you saw in my budgeting video. I sell like a school Notion page, which I actually use for uni, so you can check that out on Gumroad as well. All links will be in the description bar below. And the next thing is selling pre-loved items. I definitely went through a phase when I was younger where it's quantity over quality, so I would just buy really cheap things. A lot of fast fashion, which I'm not completely off of, but I'm definitely trying to cut back on that monthly splurge on Easy Buy or Shopee items. I really used to buy a lot of clothes online, and that eventually led me to have a lot of clothes. So as you guys saw in my previous vlog, I went to the luggage market to sell some things with my sister, my mom, and my aunt, and we managed to sell a lot of things. So that is one example of how I sell pre-loved items. Decluttering is also very freeing, and if you do a declutter and you find a lot of things you can sell, then that's one way you can make some extra cash as well. So this is not exactly a stream of income to me because it's really not much, and the market is not doing too well. So I guess this is a bonus. It would be investments. I do want to tread very carefully when I talk about crypto, but I would say if you are looking at passive income, investments is as passive as it gets because you are just staking, or you're just putting your money in stocks or currencies that you think will do well. This is not financial advice. It's up to your own research. You do what you think is profitable, and then you earn from that. And it really didn't require you to do anything. It was just the market doing its thing. And that's another way I've been earning some income. And that's a really small income stream, but I'm hoping that it can be a lot more in the future, because you know how it is. The more capital you have, the more rewards you could reap from whatever you put in the market. If you invest $1 million and you get, let's say, 1% back, 1% of $1 million is 10K, but let's say you're only investing 1,000, right? And 1% of $1,000 is just $10. So I would say my strategy right now when it comes to money is really to build up capital, to earn more, to eventually have that amount to invest and put to good use. To make that money work for me, right, I would need a larger capital than just 10K. So yes, I'm ending this video with just a note to self and a note to whoever is watching. Find that balance, find that work-life balance. Work is not everything. Work should not be everything. And the hustle is good, but also don't let it be everything. Find something that really anchors you, something that gives your life more meaning and purpose than just work. For me, that's my faith, God. God is really more than all of this. So that is how I am able to kind of do life and do all this work without beating myself to death. So that is that for this video. I hope it helped. Do follow Nomatomy. I'm really excited about what I'm doing there, and I really want to share what I learned, share more freelancing tips, share more UI UX design stuff, and hopefully it helps you. And if you do want to get into freelancing, you definitely want to join that community. So that is that for this video. I pray that you stay safe, happy, and healthy wherever you are. Bye!